visa. I did a visa for someone, and it took just 2 days for them to get approved.
Oh,
Don't
really
find
great.
anyone you don't trust. Don't do whatever you want to do in Ghana. Come do it yourself. So we said, okay, wait. Whoever he comes to next, whatever car he's gonna buy, we're gonna seize the car. Tell him to come. Once he comes, we take our money. It was like a dynamic change, like a huge dynamic change for me. I mean, it's a lot of money. You're getting like $2,000 every 2 weeks. Still goes on with or without you, right? When you die today, people are gonna cry today. By the next day, they're going back to business. They're standing on business, right?
Yeah.
So I remember that. So as soon as I seen you do a video with him, it's like, dreams do
come true. They do, Felvis. They really do. Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to Student of Life podcast with your host, Akosia Pepra. We are live from Ghana. As you guys know, we're doing some episodes from Ghana. So this is one of the ones from Ghana as well. So the guest that I have on today, the conversation is going to be very educational, very inspiring too, very motivating, but it's going to be more of a business tool. We're going to go into like their life a little bit and like how they even got to where they are now. And we're going to give them the floor to just like share all their knowledge and the things that they want to share concerning like what they are up to and what they do. So let me introduce my guest on, Felvis. Welcome on again.
Thank you.
Because you are the second time coming on. But the first one, this is how you know Felvis has been one of the real ones, right? The first time we did it, I was an audio and he was in Canada. We had to do a crazy hour because the time difference.
I know.
And
right?
he stayed away. He was in America. Yeah, he had to stay awake and everything. And it was so crazy, but we did it. And then now we've come this far by God's grace where we're doing video. And we are in Ghana together at the same time. And he's agreed to come back on to do a video. So it's like, we've come, it's a milestone.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a milestone. So Felvis, who is Felvis, first of all?
You already know who Felvis is. Yeah. I'm Ghanaian who's based in Canada, a businessman. Actually, they opened my office that I was telling you about. Yeah, so I did open that. So I do a lot of things. I sell cars. Part-time barber. I actually cut my own hair today.
Part-time barber.
Yeah, I do a lot of things. So just when I set up my mind to do something, I just put in the efforts to do it. So yeah.
I think one of those people, like when you say you're doing it, you're just going to do it all full force. Yeah. I don't know if it's like a Sunday born thing, because you're not because I'm the same way as well. If I say I'm going to do it, I don't care how, whatever way, I'm going to find a way and I'm going to get it done.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think it's a leadership thing, because apparently Sunday borns, we have leadership qualities of just like doing stuff. Yeah, so I want us to get into where did you grow up? And how you even got to Canada first of all, because I know you grew up in Ghana.
I did grow up in Ghana. Patasi to be specific, Kumasi. I'm a Kumasi boy. Though now everyone's in a car, so you can't really complain about that. Yeah, but I did grow up in Patasi. I went to Frobel Educational Center. Afterwards, I went to Prempeh College, and after Prempeh College, I went to Canada. But I did grow up in Kumasi, Patasi to be specific. Yeah.
So what took you to Canada? Was it school? Was it work?
School.
Okay. So what did you study there?
Computer networking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was that? Like going there from Ghana, grew up here, going for school. I'm sure everything was different. Systems, everything.
Definitely different, like super different.
Yeah.
Everything was, it's like moving from a whole different environment to like a new environment, like different people, different backgrounds, different like multicultural system, right? Yeah, because I was used to the Ghana ways, right? But you got there, you see like, and Canada is like one of the most diverse countries you could ever go to. So it was like a dynamic change, like a huge dynamic change for me. But at the end of the day, it's what I got myself into. So I had to cope with it, like So I just did what I had to do to survive over there. Yeah.
What's one of the things probably like one of the first like cultural shock thing you're like, damn, what did you know over here?
So I'm not gonna lie about this. So I didn't know racism was a very big deal.
Really?
I didn't know because back in Ghana, we just learned about like the advantages of colonization and all of that.
The advantages. That's what they told you guys here?
Yeah, ask everyone.
Oh my God.
Like citizenship education, social studies, they're gonna teach you like the advantages of colonization, So it's when I traveled is when I realized like a lot of things white people can't even say it to black, like they can't even say the N-word, right? I didn't know that. But to me, it wasn't. I didn't really think
it wasn't as
a big
crazy.
deal, right? I was like, I mean, I didn't grow up here, so all what you say, it can't really affect me. So, so even if someone was being racist to me, I didn't really care, because at the end of the day, if you want to be better, that's on you. That's not like a you problem, not my problem. So that was like the biggest shock. Like, I didn't know racism was really a big deal until I traveled. Like, wow.
I think a lot of people can relate to that, because it's like,
I came to Ghana and like I asked my friends who haven't traveled yet. Like, I told them, and they're like, you know, they don't know about you know how black people up there, like, they take racism very serious. Like, but I feel like if you grew up in Ghana and you went there, it's like just the people will be like, oh, trying to overstep, like, you know, they try to overreact. But like, you grew up in Ghana, just chill, like, you know.
Especially that when it comes to African Americans, because their history goes very deep into slavery.
Because, you know, they are being taught, like, what happened to their forefathers that came over, right? How the whites treated them. So that's what they're being taught in school. But whilst we're in school, we are being taught, oh, they came here, they brought, like, you know, they brought education.
That is some reverse psychology.
Yeah, like, you know, they brought religion, they brought Christianity, like, you know, they brought they brought, like, cotton, they brought, like, you know, they came for stuff. They brought, like, a lot of stuff, right? But over there, when you go, they taught them about people that were, like, you know, martyrs, right? People that saved, like, I've forgotten some of their names, but, you know, some black people are really, like, you know, praised when it comes to, because I remember I had one lady took, like, more than 100 people off, like, a cotton farm.
That's I forgot her name.
I forgot her name too, but like, you know,
we had the Rosa Parks, I think it's something happened, but Rosa Parks, we have the Martin Luther Kings, we have the Malcolm X's, Martin Luther King, like, you know, when we in Ghana, you didn't know about that?
Nah,
they
like, we heard the name, right? We hear the name Martin
Luther
King, but we never knew who Martin Luther King was, right?
They really made sure to keep the chains, the move from physical to mental slavery, because that is like mentally, literally, like, keeps somebody captive. Like, whatever they learn is like, you control it, because most of education is from out there anyway. Like you're saying, oh God.
I feel like in Ghana they really have to teach us those stuff. Like, you know, what really happened to, like, our forefathers who was sent up there.
Now I understand why people are so eager to travel all the time, because they're taught, like, it's heaven. It's like the place that you need to go to. Like, everything good comes from there. So go there for yourself.
When you get there, like, you be there for a while. I mean, at this point, I don't even like it there anymore. I like being in Ghana. This is my second time being in Ghana this year, and it's not even December yet. If I go, I know I'm gonna come back in December. Obviously, December is like,
December is, December.
It is the deal to come back in December.
It makes so much sense to me now. But people, even try to tell them, they're like, no, because you are there. That's why you don't want us to come.
I be telling my friends, like, you know, I'm like, yo, if you know you got it going on in Ghana, everything is good.
Why you?
No, don't think. Like, if you want to go visit, that's fine. But if you're trying to move there, like, you know, start up a whole brand new life, nah. I got one of my friends who sold his car, sold his house, trying to come make it up in Canada. Like, if you get there and you don't have people to put you on stuff, like, you know, people is gonna get you going, like, from ground up. You're not gonna make it. It's not just because someone makes it look easy. It's not easy. I said that during the last episode, right?
You did,
just because someone's making it look easy. Because now I know a lot of people in Canada right now, and some of them will pick up the phone and call me, "Yo, bro, I need a job. I need this. Like, what are you guys doing?" Like, but you should know the time that I went to Canada and the time you're coming out. COVID came through. The economy went down. Dollar prices went up. Like, you know, there's a Russia and Ukraine war is messing up things right now. So a lot of things have changed drastically, right? So you should know, by the time I left Ghana in 2018 and you come into Canada in 2023 or 2024, it's still not going to be the same. That's a whole 6-year gap. A lot could happen in 6 years, right?
A lot did
happen. There was a lot of jobs in Canada during that time. But as of right now, and the main thing is, like, everybody wants to be in the big city, right? Everybody wants to be in Toronto. And that's it, right? So that's mainly that's one of the main things causing the overpopulation, because everybody wants to be in the big city, and if you're in the big city, like, there's not going to be a lot of jobs, right? Because it's crowded now. Everyone has a job, so what companies are gonna hire you. That's one of the advice I give people.
Some of them even be firing people.
Don't, if you're trying to come to Canada, don't come to Ontario. Go to other provinces. Go start something up there and make people want to come there, right? Yeah, that's what you have to do. Don't think, oh, he's here, she's here, so I want to go there too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless they have something promising for you, that's when you can say,
there's a lot of empty promises out here.
I know, right? Tell me about it.
Everyone tell you how they're living, man. If you go and really see them, like, this is what you're doing. I didn't know it was this, but that's how it's like. Yeah. I want us to go into how you go into like car dealership, and then the other businesses that you have as well. So let's start the car dealership first of all.
Okay, so with the car business, I started that during COVID. So it was me and my friends. We so during that time, during COVID, right, the government of Canada was like, oh, don't go to work, stay home. The COVID is going up, it's rising up. So stay home, you're gonna get paid, right? So during that time, me and my boys, we used to do like deliveries, like Uber Eats and all of that, right? So it wasn't really considered like a job that you have to stay on. But you could still apply for the funds and get it, right? Because it was kind of like a self-employment thing. Because you were using your own car, buying your own gas. Yeah, so when we took those money from the government, we was like, oh, I mean, it's a lot of money. You're getting like $2,000 every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So,
okay.
Like just stay home. You're going to get paid, right? So we took that money.
This was me thinking you're going to say 500 something.
No. It was like 2K
That's a lot.
every by week.
That's 4K. Like
that's like 4K.
You can do a lot of that. Yeah.
So we took that money. We brought it together. We started the car business. We started buying cars from auctions, buying like used cars. Let's say I know you have a car, you have any Elantra, you want to sell it. Yeah, we come buy from you, find a buyer in Ghana, or just ship it to Ghana and sell it. So that's how we came up with the whole car business thing.
I like the part of you guys came together.
Yeah, we came together. We're still together.
Yes, that's the part.
Though right now everyone's kind of doing this thing, but we still a group, right? Because I'm even gonna tell you one funny story, right? There's this guy in Ghana. He comes to buy a car from me. He's not gonna finish paying, right? He'll go to my next guy, buy a car from him. He's not gonna. So he's kind of like rotating around us, and he's still owing us money. So one time I was in Canada, my boy's in Ghana. He calls me like, "Yo, this guy's owing me." He doesn't. I was like, "Broski, he's owing me too." So we said, "Okay, wait. Whoever he comes to next, whatever car he's gonna buy, we're gonna seize the car. Tell him to come. Once he comes, we take our money." That's exactly what I'm saying is like. Probably like 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
We got him, we seized the car, he paid the money because like, I don't know, Ghanaians always want to owe you money, right?
Yes, Ghanaians like things for free too much.
I know.
They don't want to, they have a problem with like investing in things that they want it, they love it.
They see it and they try to give you excuses.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't the first time you did it to me. One time you did it to me, I was like, okay, I'm going to let it go. People were talking like, oh, the car has this, the car did that. I was like, okay, whatever money you owe me, take it, and that's it. You're done, right? And
I took advantage the second time.
We did that, and we tried to take advantage again.
The part when you say you guys came together, I really want to like get back into that because a lot of people, especially within the black community, they're not just taking the money and just try to do their own thing on the side.
Yeah.
And just thought, but there's you like for me, I look at you guys, right? Because I'm around you, so I look at you guys and I'm like, there's power in unity, and there's power in like not trying to just be the only person who makes it or the only person who does something big, but okay, this person has 1,000, this one has 1,000, let's bring it together, that equals to 5K or 7K, because 7 of us, we can do a lot with a 7K than you doing something with 1K. A lot of people don't, especially in our generation.
Like when you come together, you are
together, and it's I think like it's not even, it's like a black people thing as well, but it's like in our generation where people just everybody wants a name and they want people to say their name.
Yeah, definitely.
So I wanted to talk about that, like what was the difficulties like? Do you guys have any problems? You guys like, how did you guys do that?
I mean, it's like, I don't know, but my friend group, we're different, right? I'm not saying we don't fight. We do fight a lot. Yeah. But as soon as we fight, the next day we're like, okay, yeah, fuck it. We don't really care about whatever happened. It's done. It's gone. We're not talking about it again, right? So I went to Canada. One of my boys came. I took him in, right? So he lived with me for a while till we found a place. And so when the next one too came, he also took him in and lived with him for a while. It's like we feel like the energy that was being given to you is always being reciprocated to like the next person. I'm not I'm not gonna lie. So we've taken so many people in when we used to live together. Like we took so many people in. Like most of the people I even took in, I didn't even know them personally. Some of them would just text you off Snapchat, be like, "Oh, bro, I seen you. I'm trying to come to Canada. Like, I'm gonna need a place to stay for a while." I'll be like, I'll just tell my boys, like, "Oh, he wants to come in." Like, And the thing is, I did it for them. The next guy did it for the next guy. So it's like, okay, why are you not gonna do it for someone? So it's like
that. I love that. That's love, though.
Exactly, that mentality is there. And then the first guy that I even took him in. I've had his name in SHS, but when I was in prep college, he was in OWAS, and I had his name, he had my name, and he texted me off Snapchat, right? And I tell him the whole kind of the process. I put him on, he does it, he gets his visa, he comes to live with me for a while. So it's like the fact that I did it for someone, they also want to do it for someone, right? Yeah, but trust me, you can't take advantage of that. When you come and try to mess up, when you come and you try to mess up, you're not gonna stick to that.
That is so cool because there's a lot of trust issues and things like that. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I actually have trust issues before. So when me listening to this, I have anxiety listening to what you say. I'm thinking, what if the person comes a bit of the night, they have the next thing to my throat?
Right? I'm the type of person that's always like, okay, even if I've heard bad stuff about you, I'm still gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, right?
I love that.
Yeah, because I'm like, maybe what you did to her is not the same thing I'm going to do to her, right? Maybe the treatment I'm going to give him or her is going to be different. So they're going to react towards me in a different way, right? Yeah, but most of the times, like, you do it and whatever you heard was true. Or sometimes they'd be like, okay, they're chill, right? It's not... Because it's like, I believe like the situations and the occurrences is what led to where you guys are. Mine is going to be different. It's not going to be the same timeline, right? Yeah, so I always give people the benefit of the doubt, regardless of what I've heard of you.
I think that just kind of speaks of the kind of person that you are as a person. Yeah, and that kind of also speaks to you. See, what energy you put out into the world and the kind of love that you show people, the kind of heart that you carry, you're going to get that back. Even if people do bad things to you, you are going to get that energy back. And I think it speaks. It speaks for itself.
It's real. Like, God is not going to let you go scot-free if you do something. Like, if someone's trying to help you genuinely and you try to like take advantage of that, God is not... Karma is God. That's what people don't know. Karma is literally God
very real.
Working back against you or for you. That's karma.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. And I hope that people can take a lot from that because... again, if you have trust issues or, somebody says something about someone, so, you're thinking, should I do this? A lot of times, it's very hard to help people right now, like, in the world that we're in, because there's so much stories, so many things, so much just, like, safety problems and stuff, but no matter whatever the problem is, I think it's important to realize that helping people and having a genuine heart, you will never lose with that. Like, you're not going to lose. If, bad things happen, at the end, you will be the one laughing and with joy.
I just feel like if someone treated you bad and like you see them trying to get close to your friend or close to your family, someone you're close to, all you got to do is just like throw an advice to them, be like, oh, he did this to me, but I see you're dealing with them, just like be careful, be vigilant, like put an eagle's eye down there and look at them in two ways, and like don't judge them because of what they did to you, right? Because they could have changed. You never know, right? Something could have happened to them and they changed. You never know.
I love that. That's a really key point. I love that. I want to talk about, because you don't have one business, you have multiples. You have multiples. So let's go into the visa, because I know that's a part that's really like you're really into as well. How did that come about? Like doing visas for people, getting people to travel, even set up an office here in Ghana in Kumasi. How did that come about?
Okay, so the first thing is when I was applying for my Canada thing, I did it on my own, right? Yeah, so my sister went to Canada first, and when it was time, I always knew I was going to go to Canada, right? Ever since I went to prep college, I always knew, because I always knew I was going to use my WASI results to apply for school after I'm done with prep college. So it's like when I was done and I passed the WASI, I did well. I sent my results to my sister. It's like, oh yeah, you can get a school. I'll teach you how to do it. So my sister actually taught me the whole process. She was like, oh, okay, I'll send you a bunch of schools. And I'm good with computers, and I'm an IT guy, obviously. I've always loved doing IT. So she sent me a couple of schools. I go through it. And I went to Seneca College, by the way. So I opened the links she sent to me, and Seneca's College, like their webpage was really nice. It was red, and like I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply for this school.
You just use your eyes.
I just looked at it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply for this.
Visually pleasing.
I literally just put the application in.
Yeah.
My sister sent me a credit card. I used it to pay for the application fee, and I think after 2-3 weeks, I heard back from them like, oh, congratulations, you got admission. So I sent it to my sister, like, oh, that's nice, they gave you the admission. So I was like, what about the visa process? She was like, oh, yeah, I'll teach you that one too. So she started teaching me. I did 1 or 2 things. I got all the documents I needed. But my mom knew like a guy who owned an agency in Ghana, right? Astrolinks. He's a really big deal when it comes to like taking people to Canada. He's one of the first people who recognized that Canada thing. People didn't even know about Canada.
Okay, so he's an OG in it.
Yeah, he's legit too. So even when people come to me for other countries, or when they come to, I have too many clients, I'll be like, just go to Astrolinks, he'll do it for you, right? He's gonna charge you though, but he's gonna do it for you. Yeah,
very good.
So I just send people, but I don't even tell him or text, because I have his number, but I don't even tell him or text him that, oh, I send someone I want to refer, or so I just be like, go to Astrolinks, he'll do it for you, he's genuine, right? So when I was doing when I got to some point, my mom just called me, oh, I know you're doing it on your own, but I just want you to take it over to him. He's gonna glance through. And if there's anything, or if there's any bulletins he has to correct, he's going to do that. So I went there, he did it. We put the visa application in, and I think I did it somewhere in October. Somewhere in November, I got my visa.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had my visa, but I was still in Ghana, you know, under the radar, just chilling with the boys, like, you know. Yeah, but I knew in December I was going. So when I got to Canada, that my friend that I was telling you about, he was in China, so he texted me. He was like, yo, I seen you in Canada, like I want to come to Canada too, how did you do it? So I sent him like the links my sister sent to me that he can apply for it. So if he has any problems, he'll call me, he'll ask me, and like, you know, I'll tell him this how I did it. Okay, boom. So afterwards, he had to come back to Ghana to do it. So when he got here too, I told him 1 or 2 things. I was like, at the end of the day, I told him the same, that I was like, yo, after I did everything, I went to an agent who my mom suggested, and it was like, oh, I also know an agent, so he also went there. So when he got back, when finally everything went through, he came to Canada, and we were like, okay, yeah, I can actually do the school thing, right? So I started. I told my sister was like, oh, okay, I'll give you one person. And I said, I used to post on social media, right? So people would be like, oh, you're in Canada now. They actually thought I was in the US. Okay. Because all my family members are in the US. Okay. So, like, oh, you're in the US. I'm like, nah, I'm in Canada. Like, oh, okay, how did you do? I was like, oh, I applied for a school, blah, blah, blah. I can do it for you, blah. So I started applying for schools for people. That's how I started. So I'll get you an admission. I'll charge you. If it was like, if the school's taking you like $200, I'll tell you, oh, they take it like $350. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get the admission. I'll send it to you. Then I'll refer you over to someone who does the visa, right? Okay. Yeah, so that's why I started. So eventually I got to a point, I was like, even this visa thing is not that hard. I'm gonna start doing it. So I did it for one person and they got the visa. Like, I mean, I can start making like big money. I did it for like a couple of my cousins.
Yeah. And I think that's something like you take advantage of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Once I see I can make bread off that, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna turn it into a business. So that's even my friend who came after me, we were kind of doing it together, right? So he'd be bringing in clients. I'll be bringing in clients. I'd be like, oh, do the admission part, blah blah blah. So fast forward, it just became a thing. Like I used to organize like forums. I used to organize like online meetings on Zoom, like educate people about Canada and all of that, right?
That's brilliant.
So I started. It got to time I had to take it serious. I created like my own email for just that, just like you know, applying for visas and sending people, telling people to send in their particulars, their documents, like the passports, the admission fees, and all of that. So that's how I started. So they be sending in the documents. So it got to a time there's like too many people. I just couldn't like, you know, take the load. So what I did was I had one friend in Ghana, and he also wanted to come to Canada, but Hugo refused before, right? And the funny thing on the backstory is like he knew I used to do that, and I told him, yo, I'll charge you this, and I'll do it for you. And he said, oh, he's not gonna pay, blah blah blah. Oh no, and he went to another guy's place, and they duped him, right?
He wants a freebie.
Yeah, they took his money. So I was like, he came back to me again. He's like, oh bro, do it for me. I'll pay you when the visa comes. I was like, bro, it's not like I can't do it for you. I can do it though, but the principle of it is you didn't come to me. You went to someone when you knew I can do it for you. You come to me, let me take your money and not even do it for you.
Exactly.
Then you can walk around and say, oh, Felvis took my money and didn't do shit for me, right? Yeah, but he didn't do that. But later on, he talked to me and he spoke to me. I was like, okay. So he knew how to apply schools, right? So I employed him. I was like, you know what? Every school you apply for me, I'm going to pay you like 800 Ghana cedis. Like, just apply the school,
That's a real
get
business.
the admission, and I'll pay you 800 cedis on the spot, right? So he said it. I was like, he was doing well. And he was serious too. Like, everything I gave to him, he would do it, literally do it that night or tell me it will be done by tomorrow, right? So I was like, okay. And I already had like a shop. I started a barber shop in Ghana, right? But these barbers be taking my money. So I just closed down the barber shop. I was like, the space was still mine because I had it for 5 years, right? So I was like, why not just transform that into an office? And like, you know, because people be asking you sometimes, where's your office? Because, you know, Ghanaians, they want like, a point of contact they can come to in case something happens. So I was like, okay, so I came to Ghana last year. I refinished the whole place. I renovated the whole place, made my own office, made a space for a secretary, made a space for guests, and I just opened up the whole thing.
I love
like,
that.
You know, so that I employed like 2-3 people who were running the place in case I wasn't here. But it's not really hard. It's not, even though I'm not here, I'm still able to do like everything. Because before I was doing it without the office. Now the office is just there. So because I'm really busy, I literally had a call this morning. Someone fighting with me. It's like, bro, I know you personally. I'm trying to let you do this for me. I'm like, bro, the whole point of me opening the office is so you can go contact them in case you need anything. Because I know I'm busy. I'm into IT. I'm into barber. Like I sell cars. We also have a spa that I have to go do stuff with them. Like I'm doing so many things at one time. So this is one of the main reasons why I opened the office. So you guys can have a point of contact. It's like, oh yeah, I called the office. I was like, bro,
it's a Ghanaian thing. It's
if you called the office and they gave you what you needed, why are you still?
Because they know you. They want you to do everything. They're like, no, I don't trust you.
I am going to glance through it and see what's going on.
And I'll give it to them to do anyway.
I'll give it to them because I'm paying them. That's why they're there, right? I'm paying them to do it.
I think it's a black people thing, man.
Yeah, but it's just because they know you. And he literally said that. He was like, I know you. You're like, he said it in 3 minutes, so I want you to do it. I was like, bro, I'm going to do it for you.
It doesn't work like that. The whole point of like business is to learn how to like delegate.
Exactly,
you need to learn how to. If you don't, everything, like you're saying, I do a lot of things, so I need other people. So if you come and I can't do it, you need to trust. If you know me, you should be able to trust me that I will take care of you. My people around me will take care of you. I think it's an African thing because I've heard that so many times, and it's very stressful. What is some of the highs and lows of like running a business in Ghana, like everything that you've done so far? Some of the lowest points, some of the highest points.
Most of them is like trust, right? Ghanaians don't really have that full trust when it comes to, especially when it comes to like the visa business.
They've been duped too many times.
They've been duped too many times. But me, I'll tell you, bro, if I do it and you don't get it, I'll give you back your money. Like and I'll take a deposit. I have people who come in and they'll be like, oh, let's open a joint account. Afterwards, when the visa comes, I will allow you to take all the money. I'm telling you, bro, there's literally too many people on here. Like, I'm not about to go through the stress of going to a bank, opening a joint account with you. You're going to get the visa and you're going to tell me, oh, that money was a loan. My uncle wants it back. So you know what? Just take you and your money away. Like, you know, there's other people that's going to come regardless. People want to travel, right? So I'm going to get other people, right? So that's mostly the main thing because people already messed up this business, right? So it's like you really have to stand out and be genuine, right? Let people know. If you come to my end and like I try to do something for you and it doesn't go through, I will give you back your money, right? I'll give you back your money. I'll be like, yo, take your money, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about the money, but it's not really about the money. It's about helping people too, right? So I'm not saying I want the money. I'll take the money. But
you're gonna do genuinely. Help people.
I just want to help people too. Like people want to travel. Because you know.
What's the name of the company? You haven't plugged it in, you know.
Oh yeah, the Napotas. So I got that name from our family, right? So My big sister is called Nana. I have a sister called Abigail. There's one called Pokia. Myself, Papa, and my sister that I come after, that's Ohima. So Napo, right? And Tess is just my mom's name, Teresa. So
I love that, Felvis. That is so creative.
Yeah,
it's so sentimental.
Yeah, I just put it together, like, you know. Yeah, so when
you're a different breed.
Yeah,
you're a different breed. That's really brilliant.
And, like, yeah, because I was struggling with the name.
It's turns to be. I always wonder, like, where did he get this? Because it sounds like it's already there, but it's not something that has a really big meaning. But I was like, I need to ask him when he comes on. I'm gonna wait when he comes in. I'll ask him about it.
Yeah, how people asking me, how did you come up with that name? I was just sitting there. I was like, okay, and I put this. I'll just put that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So what's one of the highest, parts you're like, wow, like I didn't expect this to come in?
Okay, so I did a visa for someone, and it took just 2 days for them to get approved.
Oh,
it was so unexpected. Like I've done some, we took like 5 days. Some took like 2 weeks, and that one took like 2 days. The person got approved. I was like, what type of luck are you walking around with? Yeah, you have some good
grace.
Because I have people whose application that have been there for a year, right? And it hasn't been accepted yet. It hasn't been refused yet. It's still in there. But you come in and you do it. That was like one of the highest, but that was when I felt really good. Because like Collins telling them, oh, you did your biometrics, 2 days later you got your, like, you know, you've been approved. Like, I felt like, you know, I felt proud at that moment, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really about me; it was about them. But I still feel proud. Like, yo, what type of luck? What type of God are you? Like, how's God working?
They really serve a living God on that one.
Yeah,
I'm sure they didn't even expect it.
They didn't expect it,
of course,
Because even myself, I didn't expect it, right? We just opened up the email because whenever you put in an application, you get an email and it said, "Oh, you have a new message." I was like, "Wait, what? New message in like 2 days?" What was that? So we just go like, oh, passport request. And Canada, once they say passport request, is an automatic visa, right? So I was like, oh,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So what are you most proud of? Like, with everything you've achieved so far, what's something you're like, I'm really proud of this? Like, I can just look at myself and be like, damn, like you really did that.
I'm proud of myself. Like, you know, I'm proud of how far I've come. It's like, it's not like I haven't gone through stuff. I've gone through some stuff that I can't even talk about. I can't even share it. But like, I'm still here, you know, going hard. Like, you know, I be showing. I just tell people every day, just what I put on social media, what I put on my TikTok is what I want you to see. Don't ever think you know me by my social media. You don't know me. You don't even have. Like, I'll tell you, 85% of my life is not even on social media. Like, you would. Whatever I put there is the stuff that I feel like I want you to see.
And most of the time it's business. I was plugging in that parts of my life that will bring you in anyway, and it brings money to me.
Exactly, right? Yeah. I be walking around, people be just hollering at me, having a whole full blown out conversation with me, and they'll leave, and I'll ask my friend, yo, who's that? Like, you know, just because they see me on TikTok or like, you know, they see me on Snapchat. They text me. I don't even know half of the people I meet. Like,
that is cool.
Because like, if I didn't know you before, it's hard for me to remember you. Or if I didn't meet you, they're like a mutual friend. It's going to be hard for me to remember because like there's so many people on Snapchat texting you.
And I think that's very inspiring as well. Because I'm sure people look at you and be like, damn, like.
Yeah, I'd be like, I want to be. I have people texting me, oh, I want to be like. I was like, bro, do you have what I have? Like.
Can you wear these shoes?
Can you go through what I've been through? Like,
a lot of the time, people see the clean shoes and they're like, they forgot that you had muddy shoes and you had slippers on at some point. It was half ripped off a bit. You're trying to struggle to put it together before you then stepped into that nice boot or that nice trainer that now you're in that everyone sees and they want to be like that.
Just because someone's putting like, you know, those nice stuff out, it doesn't mean it's all like, you know, not all that glitters is gold, right? Yeah, we just be showing you the fancy ones, but the hard stuff that we be going through, nobody wants to post. That's why I be telling my friends, right? You see people go through broken hearts and all of that, like they go through something painful and they get the time to take their phone and record them crying. I be telling my friends, that's so fake, right? Because at your lowest point in life, where you're so down, where you're emotional,
you're not thinking about your phone.
You don't. You're crying and you get the guts to pick up your phone and record yourself crying. Yeah. That's never going to happen.
And it's what they'll make it look like they did an accident. It's what they'll make it look like, oh, it was from last 2 years. It's like, no, why last 2 years you was crying and picking up your phone?
That's so fake. Because like when you're that down, and you're crying, you could be crying from within. And you're not going to think about your phone.
No. You don't even want anyone to even call you, even to know where your phone is at that point. It's the ones when people like somebody died, right? And then the first thing they do is go on social to post that, oh, I just heard How it's some of them, right? I've seen some that it's actually their own person, like their husbands, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, their mom, their dad, and I'm like, nah, this doesn't make any sense, because if I got a phone call that somebody that close to me passed, I'm not thinking about my phone. So how are you the first thing in social media for you?
Why are you posting on social media?
And no one really cares as well. They don't.
Half of the people might not even know the person.
Yeah, exactly.
That died. So
exactly.
I don't know why you're posting that, but it is what it is. Yeah.
I want you to like talk about and give some advice on like anybody who's looking at you right now and be like, damn, like this is really inspiring. This is really cool. But what is some steps that I can take to do that? What are some things maybe that I need to like, you know, put it together to like help me to get to, even if it's not about car dealing or maybe doing visas, maybe the person is like wants to open a store or wants to like go into barbering or something like that. But business wise, give some business advice for people that are up there that wants to come down to Ghana and start a business, even though they don't live here full time. Because a lot of people are looking and they'll be like, damn, he did well because I could never. Because they've probably gone through before, where they've gone through trying to start business in Ghana, being up there, and they've lost everything. I had a guy on TikTok that I saw, and then he said that he brought, I think, $100,000 or something around that much. And he was like, within a short amount of time, it's all gone. And he was saying like, he doesn't believe Ghanaians make legit money. Because he understands how that much money came down to Ghana to do real estate. His one was real estate. And everything just went south. So how are these people in Ghana doing real estate and making that much? And he was saying that he believes that no one is making legit money, like it's other things added. So give advice on like business-wise and stuff.
Yeah, I'll say just grab onto every opportunity you get. And when you want to do something, put your mind towards it. Don't stop. Like, I'd say there's one of my close friends says, don't lose to quit, like when to quit, right? If you're doing something and you lose or like it's not successful, don't quit at that point. No. Just make sure you're willing to quit whatever you're doing. And at the end of the day, if you are into a business and it's booming, don't just stay there. Like try to like, diversify, right? Just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Because try to go here. If you want to do something, try and see if you can make money off it. Because right, I started cutting hair during COVID because my barber was like, my barber is really religious, right? So he said, the government said we shouldn't cut hair, we shouldn't do this, so he's not even going to offer me home service. I was like, okay, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it myself. I went online, opened Amazon, got me a clipper, and one thing about me is I really study stuff, right? If someone's doing something, and I feel like, okay, I want to learn how to, because I've always wanted to be a barber, right? Even when I was in Ghana, I've always wanted to be a barber. So when they're cutting hair, I just been looking at the steps, like looking at what he's doing. So when he said he wasn't going to come, I was like, okay.
This opportunity to learn.
I'll do it myself. I bought me a clipper, and then even the clipper that I got, it wasn't even for cutting hair. It was for like just lining up. It was a T-blade. So we used that one for lineups. I didn't know. But that was what I was using to cut hair. And trust me, I felt really proud of what I was doing. And I wanted to say, like, feel proud of yourself when you're able to achieve something. Because I started cutting my own hair. And afterwards, some of my friends would come like, yo, bro, just do your thing, right? Do it. So I started mastering the whole barber process, right? I started learning more about the blades, like which clipper to use, what clipper to use to fade. I started investing in that, right? And the more money that I put in, the more money that I got back. Because whatever blade you're buying, you can get more customers. Because I be posting my work on social media. I'll post it on my Snapchat. The barbershops across Canada was closed, right? So people will be hitting you up, can I come get a haircut? I was cutting hair in my garage, right? I'll be posting cutting hair in my garage. So I had a lot of people coming in. And I was making money. If your barber was charging like $30, I'll charge you like $25, right? And at the end of the day, you get a tip. People like tipping too, right? So they'll tip you like $5. If you don't tip, I don't mind. I felt proud I was able to cut hair. Right?
It's something you've always wanted to do. So you're
exactly. So I just
that.
So at some point, like I was even doing it for free. Like most of my friends, I used to cut their hair. Give them.
You loved it. You had a passion for it.
Yeah, I just gave them free lineups and all of that, right? Yeah. So I'll just say, put your mind to something and don't stop. Like don't stop. Don't quit when you're losing. Like try and be successful in it, right? Before you stop doing it. Because the fact that you had the idea of doing it, it means it's something that you wanted to do, right? Just that probably the path or the way that you took, you failed during that process, right?
Sorry, go ahead.
And you said people that want to start a business in Ghana, find people you can trust. if you don't trust anybody in Ghana, don't do it. That's my advice. I opened the barber just because I loved cutting hair. I opened the barber shop here, and trust me, I put more money in. Even when the business was booming, people were coming in. Yeah. They were still taking money from me, right? So my mom even had to come to Ghana at some point and arrest the guy. Like, I was like, I'm not even joking.
Wow.
My mom came to arrest the guy.
You guys are really being criminals at this point.
Because he was taking money, like, he's going to do the sales and the money's not going to come. You're going to call him, oh, my wife is pregnant, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, yeah, so
Africans and sub-stories.
Yeah, find someone you can really trust. And even if you're doing it, make sure your money is not, because my visa thing that I'm doing, I tell them we don't accept money in the office. Yeah. If anybody comes, there's a business account. Make sure they go into the bank and deposit the money in there. Don't take the money in the office, right? If they come in and be like, oh, I don't want to go to the bank, tell them we can't take your money. Then go. We're not going to do it for you. Because if you cannot work by my rules that's governing my office, then it means I can't work with you.
Yeah, I can't trust you.
You're not ready to listen to me.
You're trying to take things up to your hands.
Exactly. So that's it. If you want to start a business in Ghana, find people you can trust. Like people who are genuine. Yeah.
That one also takes God's grace, because that is like a lot of stuff.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't find anybody, right? Just don't do it. Just don't do
even our uncles and our fathers, like their generation, like you hear so much stories. Like, some of them just wanted to build one small house. They just wanted somewhere to stay when they come to Ghana.
I sent all my love savings to Ghana, and when I came back, they took me somewhere.
It's so sad. Like sometimes it's not even business. They just wanted to have somewhere they can put their head. Right? Yeah. Just a cute little 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom for their family. And people are so wicked. People are wicked.
I know a whole lot about that. Like, always trying to find proof, because even when I was a kid, I remember my mom was building a house for my sister, right? And every time, my mom would be like, take the photographer to the house, and this is like probably like 12 years ago, because it was a long time. I was even in primary school or something, right? And those times was just Facebook. There was not smartphones. So you had to take a photographer to the place. He's going to take the pictures. He's going to go print them out to you. You're going to go to the internet cafe, scan it, and email it to my sister for her to see the update on it, right? Even my sister and my mom was doing that. That's a black daughter, right?
Yeah.
But she was still like, always try and find proof of what's going on, right? Try and see something. Don't just take their word for it.
Because family even are the ones that are even the worst sometimes.
So just don't take their word for it. Try and be like, okay, show me. Have people go take a look at what they're saying, whether it's true or not, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
But if you don't find anyone you don't trust, don't do whatever you want to do in Ghana. Come do it yourself. Just save up your money over there. Bring the money down here. Spend like 2-3 months here and do it yourself. That's what I did when I wanted to open an office. I came to Ghana. Spent like 3 months.
January, isn't it? You did,
Yeah, I left in March. I left on the 1st of March, right? Yeah, so just come do it yourself. Because if you do something yourself, the results are promising to you, because you put your hands in it yourself. You're not relying on anybody. So the outcome is going to be good. Whether it's going to be good or bad, you're here. You can't blame anybody. You can blame yourself if it goes well. You can blame yourself if it goes bad, right? Yeah.
I think that's absolutely brilliant. I think you said it all, and I think that's advice that any other business person probably would tell you if they're abroad and you're doing business here. Because I think it's that story of like trust, and that story of like finding somebody you trust. I think that's something we've all come to learn. Even if you haven't gone through, your mother has gone through it, your father, your uncle, like you say, like, it's one of those things, like, it's really hard to find people back home, like in Africa. Nigerians go through it, Benin, South Africa. You hear the stories every I think it's an African thing. Yeah. And I think one of the most important part that I want to like really emphasize on before we go, we come to the end of the podcast now, right? Is the importance of putting good energy out there. One of my favorite things about Felvis is he has a really, really good heart. And he treats people how he wants to be treated. Like, when I say he has like a giving spirit, like he has a giving spirit. He doesn't think twice. He's not thinking about, this, like that. And I think it speaks a lot of like where he is now. Sometimes you see people that are made and you feel like, oh, why is that again? Why is it not me? And I'm like, check your own life. Check your own life sometimes, because a lot of people who really want to be successful at what they do, they're like, I've been doing this business for a long time. I'm not getting any customers. Nobody's coming. It goes up and down. Why is this person going up and down? This person only started yesterday. I started 2 years ago. It's not working. Sometimes it's also your spirit. and how you put yourself out and how you treat people. He spoke about when he went up there, right? He was taking people in that he didn't even know at all. He was helping his friends. They came together. Even like to come to Ghana, setting things up. He's giving jobs to people. That's all like taking risk is risky. Like he didn't think, he doesn't know 100% that these people I'm giving them jobs. Yeah. It wouldn't, the same that happened with the barbering shop, it wouldn't happen again. But he took risk based on faith and based on just like having a good heart. And you can see that having a good heart and giving, you will never lack.
Yeah.
No matter what the loss is, you won't lack. Yeah. And I think it's really important for people to understand that because everybody wants to make it, everybody wants to be successful, but sometimes like your spirit that you carry and the way you are as a person tells a lot about where you will end up maybe in the future.
Yeah. Putting good energy out because I'm really big on energy, right?
Yeah.
I could meet someone and be like, I didn't like your energy, right? So I'm not gonna do anything with you, right? Yeah. Or like I'm not gonna associate myself. I'm not gonna be rude to you. Unless like, you're trying to be rude or something, then I'll be like, okay, and I'll tell you point blank. I'll be like, I don't like you. I feel like I can't trust you. I'll just tell you that point blank period. I'm not even gonna stress it or like, beat about the bush. I'll just tell you, I feel like you have something going on. You're not a good person. I did that before. Like
your spirit irritates me right now. Like something is off.
Your whole aura around me is giving me.
It's called having that discerning spirit, which is so important.
It's giving me bad or like negative vibes, right? So I'm not gonna
clouding all over you.
Yeah, but if I meet you and I like you, I'll be like, okay, you have good energy. Like you can be around me. Like you're peaceful. There's like a good energy flowing you, right? So put a good energy out there. Like I like to give it. I feel like it's because like it depends on how I was raised, right?
I was gonna ask you that. How was you raised? Because that is
my mom used to give me. I'm the only boy among like 5, right?
Oh, so like,
my mom used to give me like everything. I'm not. We wasn't like rich, like super rich, but like whatever I asked for, I got like 95% of the time. When I was a kid, my sisters was abroad. I'd be like, okay, I want a car, I want a Batman top, I want a Batman shit.
You be getting it.
And I'll get it, right? I want this. When my mom used to go to the shop, I'd be like, oh, mom, when you come here, I want some cheese balls. And she's going to bring it, right? So it's like, I feel like, okay, my mom used to like, give me everything, right? And if somebody's asking me for something, when I have it, I'll give it to them, right? The fact that I have it and they need it, I'm going to give it to them because it's at the end of the day, whatever you give shall be given back unto you, right? Yeah. And so I don't even think about the returns, right? It's just about, doing the good out there for like someone, like, putting a smile on somebody's face. That's what I want. Like when I see somebody happy, I'm like, okay, they're happy now, I'm happy because the fact that I'm taking it out from me and it's not going to hurt me, it's not going to do anything to me, I'll give it to you, right? I'll be giving a church and like, and so I even give it out, I'll be like, okay, I don't say I give it, just do your thing with it, like, whatever you're going to do, don't go and say like, or mention me and be like, okay, FELVIS did that, FELVIS did that. I don't want that. I just want to genuinely help you, right? Yeah. And same thing, I noticed that about the people around me.
And obviously, like, you're a Christian.
Yeah,
and that
big, like super
yes,
big,
like
super big.
This podcast focuses on faith as well, and that's why I wanted to bring that in before we end. Is that a lot of people put a Christian tag, but you look at their life and you're like,
I'm super big. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Yeah, right? No one is perfect, but you can see it. Like
I'm super big on Christianity. Like my family, we come from like deep Pentecostals.
Yes,
like,
somebody told you had that conversation.
Like, very, very deep, right? Yeah. There's some certain stuff I can't even do and put out there because where I'm coming from, right? One time when I started my YouTube channel, I did Smash or Pass, and the feedback I got back from my family, that was one of the main reasons why I stopped my YouTube. I was like, okay, now if you want your YouTube to grow, you should be doing these things, right? Do a Smash or Pass.
Yeah. It's very controversial stuff.
They kill, have sex, blah, blah, blah. Like, these are the stuff that's going to get you the engagement you need, right? Yes. So I feel like, okay, where I'm coming from, I know I can do that. So that's one of the people ask me, why you stop YouTube? I'm like, it's a whole lot of work, blah, blah, blah. But it's one of the reasons why I stopped YouTube, right? Yeah, because I feel like the things that I had to do to get the engagement were things that wouldn't talk well, or if most of my family members seen it, it wouldn't speak well of me, right? Because at the end of the day, I was named after a pastor, right? He was an apostle, right? So I can't do that. When they see it, you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
And one thing I hate is like, seeing that disappointed, like, face, like someone being disappointed in you, that facial expression.
It's like you kind of represented them the wrong way.
Yeah, that kills my whole spirit, right? So someone asked me, what was one of your biggest fears? I was like, my mom being disappointed in me. So that's why I don't have a tattoo. I don't have no piercing. I don't have none of that. It's not like I don't want to do it. I can do it. Sometimes I feel like, okay, maybe one piercing wouldn't help.
It'd be a little something.
But I'm like,
something.
my mom's gonna be like,
no.
I don't know, she's gonna feel this. People will be like, oh, she's gonna get over it. I know she's gonna get over it, but I'm gonna see her disappointed in me for doing that, right? So I'm not gonna do it. It's like when I have it, it's calm, but when I don't have it, I'm already doing well without it, so I'm not gonna do it, right? Yeah.
You just have a very beautiful heart, Felvis, and I just want to give you your accolades for that. And one of the things I've even learned, and I hope that everyone is like, no matter how good you are, because sometimes being a good person, sometimes it's hard. People make it so hard.
Take advantage of you all the time.
Yeah, like being so open and
advantage of so many times, but it still doesn't stop me. It's just it's just who I am, right? I like to give. My mom says that all the time. Like if I have something and I feel like I don't even need it, or you need it more than I do, and you ask me for it, I'll give it to you, right? I'll just give it to you, right?
Like it's kind of encouraged me more to keep doing my good, keep doing my giving, keep like just having a positive heart, because no matter what, no matter all the rah, you will always it will come back to you, that positive energy. And I think we kind of needed that little reminder, especially the way the world is going right now. So thank you for that. We come to end now. Before we go, I always give my guests like a 1 minute. Anything you want to plug in, like business wise, any advice you want to give, anything you want to say, that's your camera. Just plug it in there.
So I'm gonna say, like, you've had this so many times. Every businessman is going to tell you, never give up. That's true. Like, you never have to give up. Like, there's stuff are going to hit you. Some are going to break you. Some are going to, like, put you down to the ground. But, like, don't just stay down there. When you stay down there, people are going to step on you. Trust me. People are going to step on you. And, like, one thing you should know is, and one thing I always tell myself, and people will be like, oh, Felvis doesn't really care about anything. That's because I know whatever you do, people are going to talk about it. Trust me, whatever is good. You could be tall. People will be like, oh, he's too tall. You could be short. People will be like, oh, he's short. You could be rich. Be like, oh, he has too much money and he's flaunting. You could be broken. They'll be like, oh, he broke. He don't have nothing, right? Whatever you do, people are going to talk about it. So just put a mindset to yourself and don't really care about what people are saying, because at the end of the day, you know you, right? Yeah. You know you. So just keep on doing what you're doing. Put the good energy out there. Put the positive vibes out there. And at the end of the day, karma is God working in your favor or against your favor. So God is always going to come through for you. Yeah.
Give it a round of applause. I love that. That was so wholesome. It was educative. It was inspiring, motivating. And I feel like everybody, even like, about the whole keep going with your good, I think that's something that I really want to emphasize. Like, keep going with your good. Yeah. The people out there, a lot of people have good hearts, but now they have bad hearts, or like they just turn away from doing good because people have just disappointed them a lot of times. And it's like, one thing that I really want to keep emphasizing again is that no matter what you go through life, no matter what problems you might face, whether it's business, if it's personal, if it's family, the heart that you have, that you have, if you have a very open and a good heart, keep that. Don't let the world make your heart like, just turn black. Better, like, keep that there. Yeah. The blessings will come. Like, your favor, your blessings, and like what you put out there, you will get it back, no matter how long it takes. That's a very important part. One last part is mental health. This is a very important part of the podcast. How do you keep your mental, as like you said, you have to go to spa, you have this, you have that. How do you make sure like you take care of yourself, wellness as well, mentally and everything?
I just don't let everything affect me. That's what I do. Let's say if we came here today, we try to do the podcast and something happened, right? And like, we didn't get to do it, right? Once I leave here, I don't care again. I'm not going to let it affect me and like,
I'm learning that. I'm actually learning that.
Take it out on other people, right? Yeah. I'm going to say this, right? Especially to the girls. When girls are hungry, oh my days.
No, just say my name. Say my name.
I don't want to say your name because it's not just a you thing, right? if girls are hungry or like it's not something like, even some of my boys, I know that once they're hungry, right, they just get mad. Every little thing pisses them off. Normally some things that wouldn't piss them off will piss them off. So like me, what I do is I don't just let everything around me affect me, right?
Yeah.
I just go about doing what I have to do, smiling where I have to smile, like, you know, keeping a straight face where I have to keep a straight face. So like everything around me is no matter, I could be having like one of the worst days ever, right? And you would see me and like I wouldn't let that affect us, right? Yeah. One of my friend's girlfriends asked him was like, does FELVIS get sad or like that things worry him? I was like, I just don't care. Like, you know, whatever happens.
Yeah, you're very positive.
At the end of the day, life still goes on with or without you, right? When you die today, people are going to cry today. By the next day, they're going back to business. They're standing on business, right?
Yeah,
so just don't let the world around you affect you and who you are, right? Yeah. Just be yourself. Keep the good energy and the positive vibes out there. That's how I keep my mental health.
Yeah.
Like, right?
One of the things I've like been learning to do, like, I think for almost a year now, is like not letting things affect me. Like, remember when you came into it, I was like, I want to cry because things were just like so stressful. But literally when I was in a car coming here, I just kept praying to God and I was like, God, let your will be done and let me keep that faith of like everything you're doing, it is working out for my good. And it's something I've been instilling into myself, like, and it's really good. Like, it's a really good thing to have. Because before me, I get so like bombarded with things. I'm like, oh my god, and I get stressed out and stuff. But now I'm getting there.
Yeah, you just keep it calm.
No, trust me, you have much more peace of mind.
Yeah, when you do that, like, I have much more peace of mind. Peace, like, you know.
Yeah,
I just don't
that's really solid advice.
This could go way worse. Like, I've been down, like, you know, something could be happening that's really bothering me. But once I step out, maybe when I'm in the room by myself, I'll think about it a bit, right? But thinking about the problem that's where the depression and all of that comes in. I'll be like, okay, let me go out, let me go sit somewhere, you know,
go for a walk, talk to people,
go to the gym, like, you know, just do my thing, listen.
Like, always finding an outlet instead of keeping it. Yeah,
because
I love
the more
that.
you think about it, is how it's gonna affect you, right?
It's true. So yes.
Just don't let the world around you affect you, right? Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming. Our first episode was like last year. Like I think I said in the beginning, and it was audio. And that time we didn't even. I didn't think this would be happening today.
Yeah, I know. But I told you this was
yes, he did.
I told you.
All I knew was that I know that the vision I had in my head one day is to like do things, but I didn't see it like that. Like, by this time this year,
podcast that we're gonna go somewhere one day and we'll be recording, making.
He literally said it. He's
a
apostle. Like, he prophesied.
I did that. I said it, right?
Yeah, he did. He did. And I didn't think. The thing is, you know, it's around this same time last year.
Yeah,
it was. In July, Arizona. August. That's when we recorded it.
I was in Arizona. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was in
exactly.
July.
So exactly like 1 year, and that's just, God has been really, really good. And FELVIS has been with it from the beginning. Like, he would send me like, there's times he messaged me like, we say, what books do you read? What is this? Like, he would always like just support.
I actually started reading though. Yeah.
He literally, he doesn't like proper books, but he likes audios. But
I started reading. Yeah.
You started reading the books?
Yeah, like reading.
Last time we spoke, he was like, nah, stick to my audio.
Yeah, I started reading.
Do you like it?
I like it, but I just don't find the time to do it. But mostly I read when I'm on the plane, right?
Okay, so when you have that,
so I'll just open it.
That's
and
good.
Most of the books that I listen to, I was like, okay, I want to get the feeling of reading it myself, not just someone saying them to me or reciting them to me, right?
Oh, that's growth. That's growth right there. That's growth. You know. But it's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
I'm honored to be here. Actually.
Yeah, it's a brilliant conversation. So refreshing, and I love like. I said when I was starting the audio, these like doing the guests, because the first 1 year of the episode was like me just doing solos. One thing I said was that the people that I've spoken to that was all like on audio and it wasn't video, I prayed to God, I was like, God, let me be able to like get each of those people and do video. And so far, I've done like one person in Ghana that I did last year. I've done you, and I have more that I'm doing. And I'm just very grateful that when we called you said, yes, I'm coming.
Really great. I'm not even going to lie. You're doing really great. I see you like posting like every day. I'm like, damn, Uncle Say is still going hard, right?
Yeah.
And I'm lacking on my TikTok.
Oh.
I don't have time, right? Yeah, but I know.
Thank
I
you.
see you doing well.
Thank you
like,
so
you know,
much.
you put
And you're always
in
sending me
all the
encouraging
time.
words as well. I love it. I remember when
Yeah.
the Consultancy one came and you was like, nah, you're really doing it. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
you're doing well. Because one
Thank
time you
you.
told me, I do love Coach Sheldon. I've been
Yeah.
watching all his videos.
Yes, yes,
I think,
yes.
I think
You
William
did, yeah,
was telling me.
I have,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, so I remember that. So as soon as I seen you do a video with him,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you know, dreams do
Come
to
true.
me.
They do, Felvis. They really do.
Once you put your mind to it, it's going to come
Trust
true,
me, they
right?
do.
Yeah, like Coach Sheldon
Yes.
is one of the big
Biggest.
podcasters in Ghana.
Yeah,
right?
he's like, he has the big, if not
Like
one of the
big
biggest
platform,
digital
right?
platforms in Ghana. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you're doing well, eh? I'm proud of
Thank
you.
you.
I'm proud
Thank
of
you so much. Yeah, I need to learn how to also give myself accolades as well. It's something I'm
Yeah,
learning. Like, it's something
proud
I'm
of yourself.
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
proud of yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming again. And this is the end, y'all. So this is FELVIS, y'all. This is the story. This is like, it's about business. So it was very educational, inspiring, motivational, something. And I'm just very, very grateful that we have this person. I hope that you took something out of it. Like, you guys already know the podcast is about encouraging, inspiring, and educating y'all. So I hope that you learned something. If you didn't learn anything, you heard something and you're like, damn, okay, I can add that to my life, my walk, and just like walk with it as well.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys
You're
in the next
welcome.
episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Thank you, Felvis. Thank you. It was absolutely amazing. It was brilliant.